4 months. 4 months since the world went silent. 4 months since I lost my little girl, Emma, in a car accident that I still replay in my mind every single night. I'm James Morrison, a detective, but the one case I couldn't solve was how to put my own life back together. My home, once filled with her laughter, was now just an empty, echoing space. The silence was deafening, a constant reminder of what was gone. Then came a night when the rain was lashing against the windows, mirroring the storm inside my heart. A frantic, desperate knocking shattered the quiet. When I opened the door, 2 little girls, no older than 7, stood there, drenched and trembling. Their eyes were wide with terror. "Please," one of them cried, "bad men are hurting our mommy." They were twins, Sophie and Chloe, and their plea was a jolt to my numb existence. They pointed me to an abandoned warehouse on the edge of town, a place I knew well from my work. My detective instincts took over, pushing aside the grief for a moment. Inside, I found their mother, Victoria Chen, crumpled on the cold concrete floor, severely beaten. The thugs who did this were gone, but the damage was done. I got her to the hospital, every second feeling like an eternity. Back at my house, the twins huddled together, their small faces pale with fear. They had nowhere to go. "Can we stay with you?" Chloe asked, her voice barely a whisper. Looking at them so small and vulnerable, I saw a flicker of the life that had been extinguished in my own home. I couldn't turn them away. I led them to Emma's room. Her things were still there, untouched, a perfect museum of a life cut short. "You can stay here for now," I told them, my voice thick with emotion. That night, for the first time in months, the house didn't feel so empty. The following weeks turned into a routine. I'd drop the twins at school, visit Victoria at the hospital, and then go to work, trying to piece together the puzzle of her attack. During those hospital visits, sitting by her bedside, we started to talk. Our conversations were quiet, hesitant at first, but we soon found a common ground in our shared pain. She told me about her late husband and the crushing medical debt she'd accumulated trying to save him. The debt led her to loan sharks, the very men who had attacked her. She was a mother trying to protect her children, and she'd run out of options. I found myself opening up to her too. I told her about Emma, about her bright smile, her love for drawing, the way she used to fill every corner of the house with her energy. Talking about her to Victoria didn't feel like reopening a wound. It felt like sharing a part of my soul. We were 2 broken people, adrift in our own seas of grief. But in that sterile hospital room, we found a life raft in each other. Victoria's quiet strength and her fierce love for her daughters reminded me of what it felt like to have a purpose beyond just surviving the day. For her part, she listened without judgment, her empathy a soothing balm on my raw nerves. When the day came for Victoria to be discharged, a new problem arose. She had nowhere safe to go. The threat of the loan sharks still loomed over her and the girls. The thought of them out on the streets, or worse, back in danger, was unbearable. So I made a decision that surprised even myself. "Stay with me," I offered. "All of you. It's safe here. You can stay as long as you need." Victoria looked at me, her eyes filled with a mixture of relief and uncertainty. But when she looked at Sophie and Chloe, who were already starting to see my house as a sanctuary, she nodded. "Thank you, James," she said softly. "Thank you." And just like that, my quiet, empty house became a home again. Living together felt surprisingly natural. The silence was replaced by the chatter of the twins, the smell of Victoria's cooking, and the sound of shared laughter. We fell into a rhythm. I'd make breakfast, Victoria would pack lunches, and we'd walk the girls to school together. In the evenings, we'd help them with homework or watch movies, all 4 of us piled on the couch. It was a domestic life I never thought I'd have again. Watching Victoria with her daughters, her gentle patience and unwavering love, slowly healed something in me. I saw in her the same protective instinct, the same joy in the small moments, that I remembered from my own life as a father, and I started to feel something I hadn't felt in a very long time. Hope. A fragile, flickering hope that maybe, just maybe, this wasn't just a temporary arrangement. Maybe this was a second chance. We were building something new, something beautiful, on the foundations of our shared sorrow. Emma's room was no longer just a memorial. It was a room filled with the giggles of two little girls who were slowly but surely bringing the light back into my life. One evening, after the girls were asleep, Victoria and I were talking in the kitchen. She reached out and placed her hand over mine. "You saved us, James," she said, "in more ways than one." And in that moment, I knew I was falling in love with her. A year passed, a year of healing, of laughter, of building a new life together. The house was filled with warmth. Sophie and Chloe's drawings were taped to the fridge next to pictures of the four of us at the park, at the beach, just living. They called me James, but there was a fatherly affection in their eyes. We were a family in every way that mattered. One sunny afternoon, I took them all to our favorite spot by the lake. I was more nervous than I'd been on any undercover operation. With my heart pounding, I got down on one knee. But I didn't just look at Victoria. I looked at Sophie and Chloe too. "Victoria," I began, my voice trembling slightly, "you and these two incredible girls came into my life when it was at its darkest, and you filled it with light. You taught me how to live again, how to love again." Then I turned to the twins. "Sophie, Chloe, I can't imagine my life without you." I opened a small box, revealing a ring. "I'm not just asking your mom to marry me. I'm asking all three of you, if you'll be my family. Forever." Tears streamed down Victoria's face as she whispered, "Yes." The girls cheered and threw their arms around my neck, their joyous shouts echoing across the water. We got married a few months later, a small, simple ceremony with our closest friends. It wasn't about a big celebration. It was about solidifying the bond we had already built. I still visit Emma's grave. But now, I'm not alone. Sophie and Chloe come with me. They bring flowers they picked themselves and tell her about their week, about school, about the funny thing their mom said. They know all about their sister in heaven. They help me keep her memory alive. My life was shattered, but from those broken pieces, with love and courage, we built something new. We found that even after the most devastating storm, the sun can shine again. We are a testament to the fact that broken people don't need to be fixed. Sometimes they just need to find other broken people to heal with. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this journey with me. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more stories about hope and second chances. We'll see you in the next one.